Hey guys, Steve Welch here with your fact of the day. So I know a lot of people are trying to do food storage, things like that, just to prepare in case there's any issues with food going forward. And I found a really good article that is it's on mentalfloss.com, and I'll link it in the description there. But it talks about several foods that last either forever or almost forever, is what they say. So it just kind of gives us a good idea of a few foods that'll last. And tell me what you guys think. If you have anything to add, definitely add to it in the comment section there. But let's go over it. So one it has is white rice. So raw white basmati rice. So basmati rice. And it says the researchers have found that white or polished rice will maintain its nutrient content and flavor for 30 years when stored in an oxygen-free container in temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Brown rice, however, doesn't last nearly as long, just 6 months, because of the natural oils found in its bran layer. Number 2 is honey. So honey's been called the only food that truly lasts forever, thanks to its magical chemistry and the handiwork of bees. The nectar of the flowers mixes with enzymes inside the bees that extract it, which changes the nectar's composition and breaks it down into simple sugars that are deposited into the honeycombs. Fanning action from the bees' wings and the enzymes from their stomachs create a liquid that is both highly acidic and low in moisture. Truly inhospitable digs for bacterial growth. It says the processing and sealing of honey also adds to its indefinite shelf life. Being low in moisture, the honey sugars are hygroscopic, which means that they take in moisture from the air. When heated and strained, honey is sealed properly. Moisture cannot be absorbed and the honey stays the same forever. The oldest jar of honey that has ever been found is believed to be 5,500 years old. See if you want to take a taste of it. We'll see what it tastes like, right? Number 3, salt. Given that sodium chloride is a mineral that's taken from the earth, its permanence should come as no surprise. They talk about here on Mental Floss. It's also been used for centuries as a tool for preserving other foods. So meats and stuff like that, people use the salt to help preserve those. So because it removes moisture, of course. So the salt in your cupboard, it says, may not last forever though. Morton Salt points out that adding iodine to table salt reduces the shelf life. So a little wind here, right? So it reduces the shelf life. So if your container says iodinized salt, expect that it only lasts approximately 5 years. So, number 4, soy sauce. Right, so bottles of soy sauce, the consensus seems to be that it depends on the type and which additives of a particular brand uses, but when left unopened, soy sauce will last a very long time. Even after it's been opened, it can last for a couple of years on your refrigerator. So pretty good to know there. Soy sauce, one little taste, there you go. Number 5 is sugar. So it says, as with the other items on the list, how you store it, of course, determines whether you can keep it forever, of course. It says that powdered and granulated sugar are best kept in airtight containers to keep the moisture at bay. Retailers are required to stamp the bags with dates, but manufacturers say that even hardened brown sugar is still edible after it has been softened. Number 6, right? Dried beans. So as with the rice studies, researchers at BYU found that after 30 years, the overall quality of the pinto beans decreased, but all samples were considered acceptable for use in an emergency situation by at least 80% of the consumer panelists. Also, protein digestibility was found to remain stable over time. Number 7 is pure maple syrup. So a guide to food storage for emergencies by Utah State University lists pure maple syrup along with other common sugars like honey and granulated sugars as having an indefinite shelf life due to their resistance to microbial growth, including molds. The Massachusetts Maple Producers Association agrees that unopened maple syrup will last forever, but they also provide consumers instructions that should molding occur, if any harmless mold should form on the surface, merely bring the syrup up to a slight boil, skim the surface, and pour into a clean container and refrigerate. So even if it technically was kind of bad, I guess, boil it up, skim it to the top, and apparently you can still eat it. So keep in mind, like I said, I found this on mentalfloss.com, and obviously they've done some research here, and they're working with other people's research as well. And that was the Utah State, I believe it said there, that was researching that. So number 8, powdered milk. So it says the taste isn't quite as good, but one of the main reasons that powdered milk exists is because it lasts longer. It's easier to transport and store also than fresh milk. So didn't give a time frame on how long the powdered milk will last, but I'm guessing as long as you don't let it get wet, it probably lasts a pretty long time. So, and everything on this list seems to be where it will last at least 30 years. So I would assume it would be longer than that. Number 9, and this will be a lot of you very happy, is hard liquor. Obviously you see bottles and, you know, stuff that's been around for a while, of course, but it says toss out the cream liquors or liqueurs, but you can always keep a stash of the hard stuff, right? So it says that while the flavors will almost certainly change because of oxidation, an opened bottle may be maybe short a few ounces, but your spirits will be okay to drink as long as there's someone there to drink them. And then the last one is something I've never heard about, but it's pemmican or pemmican. It says invented by Native American people, pemmican is still a favorite among survivalists looking for a long-lasting portable source of protein. Original recipes included dried meat from big game animals like elk or buffalo, which was ground into a powder and then mixed with variable berries and rendered fat. The finished product could then be eaten raw, stewed, or fried. Today's recipes for it are often slightly modified, giving food safety and dietary concerns and available ingredients, but some still swear by the superfood staying power. So there's 10 things that you can definitely stock up on to have in your pantry just in case everything goes crazy, right? So I did not know before too long ago that honey and maple syrup would pretty much last for forever. So very good things to know. I love both of those. And but yeah, what do you guys think? Is there anything that should be added to this list that you think will last forever? Definitely put that in the comments. But Steve Welch, your fact of the day, making you just a little bit smarter than what you were yesterday. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.